Welcome to more Gran Turismo Sport Closed Beta Specialtatin. Today we have the N300 class around Willow Springs Big Willow, and I'm sure that'll make for some big and some fun racing. This is with the rolling start, so pretty much everyone up front is using an Audi, and you can't really blame them for that because they are pretty cotton picking fast. I was using the Audi before it was the norm to use them, so I have more experience per se in them, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. I got the pole, but racing is a whole different ballgame than qualifying, so I'll see if I'll be able to keep the lead, but I'm going to have to be on my A game or perhaps even S game to be able to do so because MNW Grad 16 is now an S-Class driver. I think in this race he was still A-Class if I'm not mistaken, but soon after he became S-Class. So, yeah, I'm going to have to try my best to be an S-Class driver, but we'll see, folks. As of now, I ain't necessarily going to have to worry about the S-Class driver, I just have to worry about keeping ahead of the A-Class drivers in second, and Will's already in first. Well, that didn't really take too long there for me to mess up. Hopefully I can gain back from that. But Willow Springs it's not necessarily a dangerous track per se, but it is if you mess up. It's a wide track, so there's room to not mess up and still be fast, but if you do mess up, it does get pretty cotton picking dangerous. So it's one of those race as hard as you think you can race and get away with it type tracks, and well, I raced a little bit too hard there. But I am in the draft here, so I can gain a little bit in this general section, and I'll take the bottom line through here, so maybe I can make that work. We'll just have to see, folks. We'll just have to see. And it's a drag race, folks. I don't think I'm going to win. Yeah. Well, the outside line did as the outside line should there. I gained a little bit on the inside line on the turn itself, and the outside line gained back on the straightaway, so yeah, that's just physics. If you take a wider line, you can carry more speed and then gain more on the straightaway. And yeah, I took a bit too wide of a line there. So this ain't really looking all that good for me yet, but it's still pretty early, folks. I guess I could gain the spots back. We'll just have to see, folks. We'll just have to see. I just hope I don't end up going too far down because, yeah, there's a driver there who I don't really want to mess with. But if I can stay in this general pack, I'm perfectly fine with that. As of now, though, I am in this general pack, so that's perfectly fine. And I don't exactly know where the best areas on this track are to gain a lot of time on people because the way I race like one line, memorize it, and then run that line. Which is why I generally am rolling start, so I'm always slower than a lot of people around the first turn, no matter how fast I am in qualifying. Because I ain't really the best with judging when the speeds become random, such as a rolling start or something. I'm better about running stuff over and over and over till I get what to do through a turn, and then I just sort of memorize what to do through a turn and do that. I ain't really all that good with change, which probably doesn't bode well for more competitive online type racing that ends up in sport. The main game, because there's not that many people who have the beta, so I'm not really racing with that many drivers. In the main game, I could end up racing with hundreds of drivers on a given day if there's like 8 races or whatever. So I'll have to learn a whole heck of a heap more lines than I have now, which could end up boding for something interesting. We'll just have to see, folks. We'll just have to see. And it's the final lap now, so this is going to get pretty cop-picking interesting, pretty cop-picking quick. It already is pretty cop-picking interesting as it is, and that's cop-picking cool, folks. And holy Snikey's actually got a not-so-good run out of there, even though I did sort of have the preferred line. That first-place driver is definitely fast, and I'm on the outside here, so that ain't necessarily a preferred line, so I'm going to have to do a whole heck of a heap to get by. And I'll try to, but second ain't necessarily bad, folks. I mean, the driver who's in first for a while messed up and is in third now, so I don't really want to mess up and end up in third, but I don't really want to finish in second either, so I'll try to win, but I'll try not to wreck too. We'll see how this ends up working out, folks. I do have the draft, though, and it does look like I have the bottom line eventually. Now I got the bottom line. But I don't really have all that much momentum there, so he could end up making a pass on the outside, so maybe I'll need to go to the outside here. I don't really know where to go to be able to win this one. I had not messed up, so I tried the outside, and yeah, that didn't exactly work. I knew if I needed to carry enough momentum, I needed to go to the outside. And I don't really think inside to outside transition really works with these cars. They don't have enough grip. And I just barely avoid Gene Bruno, though, so that ain't necessarily a loss. And really, third place among drivers who really can't pick a good ain't bad either. I'll take that. A podium against really good drivers, you can't really complain, folks. You can't really complain. And I hope you all enjoyed this Gran Turismo Sport Closed Beta Specialtatin, and there will be more in the future. Yeehaw!